For the United States, completely unexpected from a guy who had no previous international running experience.
But he's from a great running family. His dad, Matt, was a runner back in the 70s, competed in the 1976 Olympics, and would have been on the 1980 Olympic team, but for the boycott. And there is Matt Centrowitz in the stands here in London to watch his son compete in the first round of the 1,500 meters.
Matt's a coach at American University in Washington, D.C., and forms part of a pretty effective team that Matthew has. Matthew's primary coach, Andy Powell, a coach at the University of Oregon, but he also gets advice from Alberto Salazar, the great marathoner, who coaches a number of members of this U.S. team. And, of course, he can consult with his father from time to time on strategy and mental preparation as well.
Nixon Chepseba of Kenya is here, just 21 years old. And like so many other Kenyan stars, attended St. Patrick's School in Iten and coached by brother Colm O'Connell early in his career. And they take the line. Top 6 finishers in each heat, plus the next 6 fastest runners overall, advance to Sunday's semifinal round.
And you see these guys going out a little bit more aggressively than we saw in that first heat. Those guys in that first heat looked like tourists in central London looking for a bus. These guys at least are showing a little get up and go as they head around the first lap.
As you see the competitors with Imad Noor of Saudi Arabia, the early leader there, with Chepseba of Kenya right on his heels.
Right in the middle of the screen, you see Nick Willis in the black uniform. Centrowitz is moving by him now. Willis was the silver medalist. There he is on the left of the screen. Silver medalist from the 2008 Olympics. Recently ran a personal best in an invitational meet in Monaco. That was 2 weeks ago, and he just stumbled a bit there.
Almost on the heel of the runner in front of him. And Nick Willis, former Michigan Wolverine in the all-black of New Zealand.
Willis ran that personal best and had to get some police assistance. Rode in a police car to go have dinner with Prince Albert after that race. Got to sit next to him at a dinner in Monaco.
Chepseba is the leader now. Chepseba in front. Noor of Saudi Arabia back into second place. Then Inga Britson of Norway into third. Centrowitz between runners there, just in front of Willis.
Chepseba was on his way to a very, very successful season. You see him on the right of the screen last year. His mother passed away, went back to Kenya to make the arrangements and was not able to train while he was there. And it ended up the Kenyan team removed him from the World Championship squad as a result. So this is kind of a year of redemption for him to get back into the mix of international championship racing.
Johan Kowal of France has moved up into second place behind Chepseba. And you see the well-bunched field with Centrowitz on the inside, now moving out a little bit, trying to improve his position. He's still trapped down on the inside. Now has a runner come inside him.
And you're right, Tom. He has got to be alert here. This pace has fallen to the slowest of the qualifying heats. So they may not get any time qualifiers out of this race unless someone starts to move a little faster.
Chepseba and Willis are showing the way as they come to the final lap. Nick Willis charges to the front here.
Centrowitz missed some time earlier in the year with a knee injury, banged his knee on a table, had to have an operation on the knee. He wasn't 100% at the Olympic trials, but still qualified easily. We'll see if it affects this last lap, which is going to be an all-out sprint.
Agadir of Morocco has taken over second place. Chepseba stumbled but remained upright, and Centrowitz darts out of that little scrum to get into condition. Ruiz comes with him as well.
Yeah, they talked about Centrowitz being a great tactician, and he took advantage of that stumble to move into a better position.
So Willis, Ruiz, Centrowitz trying to make it into the top 6 and automatically qualify. Here's the home straightaway. Centrowitz sailing up on the outside. It's going to be close for him. And he will charge to the line to advance. Nick Willis wins the heat. Centrowitz will move on to Sunday's semifinals.
Willis did it the right way, very comfortably. Can only imagine that Matthew's father felt a little bit of angst as he saw the position that his son was in at certain points during the race. And of course, when Chetsabet almost went down, that could have taken down Centrowitz as well. You know, when you're running at a slow pace, you get into big crowds and anything can happen. Centrowitz was very alert to immediately step out to the side and give everybody a wide berth. And again, it looked like the German athlete Schlangen stepped on the back of Chetsabet, which caused him to stumble. Now, I thought that Centrowitz ran a very savvy last 100 meters. He counted at the head of the stretch. I saw him turn over, he did the mental counting, and then he did just enough to get into the qualifying position. And it's Chetsabet that may be in difficulty qualifying for this final.
And Matthew's dad, Matt, watching his son.
He's perfect. He's perfect. Good spot. Good spot. Great spot. He's fine. He's fine. All right, Manny. Great stuff. Great stuff. Go, Manny!
So Matthew Centrowitz of the United States slips into that 5th spot to automatically qualify for the semifinals. And here's a look at key qualifiers for Sunday's semis in the men's 1500, including all 3 Americans. Andrew Wheating qualifying on time from his heat. Now down to Dwight for a report on the men's shot put final.